Hi, I'm Olamide and I want to help you grow your edges back and make sure that they don't leave again. Last year, I did some braids that completely chopped off this side of my edges, but as you can see, they are back, they're glamorous, and they're flourishing again. I was able to get my edges back in 2 months or so, and ever since then, I have not lost them again. So in this video, I'm going to teach you everything that I did to grow my edges back and make sure that they did not go anywhere again. The first thing I did when I lost my edges was that I avoided everything about extensions. The reason I lost my edges in the first place was because the braid that was in this particular area of my head was very heavy, and all it was hinged on was my edges. So the weight of the braid pulled at my edges until they eventually gave out, and it just cut. The whole braid just fell off. So if you are trying to recover from that, it's very important that you avoid all things extensions. Anything that is too heavy for your hair and for your edges, at that point in time, you want to completely avoid them. I avoided extensions like the plague. I don't think I did any hairstyle with extensions again until like early this year. I avoided all things extensions because it's extensions that took my edges away from me in the first place. Now, if for you it is wig, because let the wig rest. Put it down. Do something else, but leave the wig alone. I was doing mini twists and I was doing big cornrows, like cornrows with brush, with just my natural hair, big ones. Those were my hairstyles for like 8 months after I lost my edges. And like I said, in less than 2 months, I already grew my edges back, but I didn't want my edges to be going again. So I kind of kept it up for a while, even after I had grown my edges back. The second thing is that I left my edges alone. Like anytime I was doing my mini twist or my cornrows or whatever, I made sure that I left the edges part alone. Just leave them be, let them recuperate, let them refresh, let them rejuvenate. After you've lost your edges, that area has suffered some trauma. Now if you keep putting pressure and you keep putting tension, you keep putting them into styles again, you're just going to keep losing more edges. But if you're trying to grow them back, just allow the area to rest. It's just like if you injure yourself and then you continue scratching that place on the wall every day, scratching it. You need to leave it, give it time to heal. And then if you want to keep it from wounding again, you just avoid the wall. So you already know that it's a hairstyle that had extensions and serious tension that made you lose your edges in the first place. Then please, why are you calling your hairstylist to book Ghana weaving next week? Why? And you want to grow your edges back. How do you want to do it? You need to leave the area alone, let it rest, let it recuperate, and then your edges will start coming back small small. The third thing I did is that I made sure that my edges were moisturized. It's very easy to forget that your edges are there, unless you need them, like unless you want to lay your edges or something. People tend to forget that edges are part of your hair. And just like how you would shampoo your hair and you would moisturize your hair, all your scalp and all those things, you need to do that to your edges as well, and you need to do it consciously. It's easy to think that as I'm applying it to my hair, it's touching my edges. It may not actually. Until I started doing it consciously is when I realized that, oh, I think my edges have been thirsty this entire time. And then it was when I lost my edges that I now really started paying a lot of attention to them. And it's crazy because, when people are, let's say, relaxing their hair now, your hairstylist will consciously, take time to put that relaxer on your edges. So, I mean, why not us natural girls? Why are we skipping our edges when it comes to moisturizing? Why? Why? When you are moisturizing your hair, when you are oiling your scalp, make sure you moisturize your edges and you oil your edges as well, because they also need those nutrients. They also need that moisture to grow and to thrive, because they are literally a part of your hair. And when you are oiling your edges area, just like the way you oil your scalp and you massage it, like you massage the oil into your scalp, you should also massage your edges as well. With the whole blood circulation thing and the growth stimulation and all of that, it helps. Do it 1 minute every day. It will not take your time. It's not that stressful. Just as you're lying down, you can be listening to an audio book, just be rubbing your head, like this, and before you know it, you have even dozed off. Just thinking about it now, my eyes are already closing. It's a very sweet sensation. So I mean, why not? So yeah, make sure you moisturize and oil your edges area. It really helps with the hair growth. So those are the three things that I did, and in less than 2 months, my edges were back. But after your edges have now grown back, what next? Are you going to go ahead and lose them again, or do you want to maintain them? Do you want to continue doing give and take, or do you want to have strong, healthy edges? It's up to you. A lot of people will tell you to just completely cut out extensions from your life if you want to grow edges, but I know that that's very unrealistic for a lot of people. So I'm here to tell you that you can actually do those extensions without losing your hair. I mean, I recently did this straight all back. Like, it's literally one of the hairstyles that people say cut edges the most, and I literally just loosened it, and you can see that my edges are still very much in the picture, right? So these are the things that I do to maintain my edges and make sure that they don't go cutting away again. The first thing is I make sure that I involve my edges in every hair care treatment and every wash day. Like I said before, it's very easy to forget that your edges are part of your hair and just go ahead and wash and deep condition and moisturize all the other parts of your hair without actually coming to, touch your edges. But ever since my experience with losing my edges, I've made it a point to always include my edges in anything that I'm doing to my hair. So on wash day, when I'm shampooing my hair, I make sure that I come to the front and shampoo my edges. And when I'm deep conditioning, I do it like a stylist that is putting relaxer. I will take the deep conditioner and I will just apply it to my edges, all over my edges. Same thing for when I'm moisturizing my hair with a leave-in conditioner, or if I'm using my like sealing hair cream, or if I'm even oiling my scalp, I always carry the oil and just drag it over my edges and massage it in. If I'm doing a protein treatment, I will put my edges there too. Like, I never ever leave my edges out of it. I always involve my edges anytime I am doing anything to my hair. The second thing that I do is that I again leave them out of these hairstyles. When I did these extensions all back thingy, I made sure that they left my edges alone. Like, she wanted to pick my edges. I was like, Auntie, if you know what I've been through, you know that I'm not playing right now. Please leave the edges alone. I'll be laying it, don't worry, they will be fine. Just leave it alone. Don't go and be using stylists that want to pick your very last brain cell in the name of your hairstyle must be neat. Like, I don't get. I'm the one paying for the hair, it's my money. If the hairstyle wants to rough in 1 week, it's my money. Why are you arguing with me? I said don't touch the edges. Is it by force? Please always speak up when you are with your hairstylist, because sometimes they don't even know. All these people, once they know how to braid like this, they've opened shop. They don't care about your hair health, they don't care about your edges, they don't care about anything. Their own is that the hair must be fine, so that people can see your hair and ask where you did it. Please, oh, in the name of Jesus. Hairstyles come and go, but your edges, unless you want your edges still to be coming and be going, please tell them to leave your edges out of the hairstyle. Okay. The third thing is I'm very particular about the kind of products that I use on my edges. Like I said before, now I am very conscious about keeping my edges moisturized, not just oiling my edges now, because there are so many brands nowadays that are selling edges regrowth oil. Just rub this oil and your edges will be growing. Your edges, they are part of your hair, and we've always been saying this thing that oil is not a moisturizer. If it is only oil you're rubbing in your hair will be dry, your hair will break. Don't you think that also applies to your edges? If you're only oiling your edges thinking that that's what's growing your edges, let me tell you something. You will be there. Oh, you need to moisturize your edges as well. But a lot of us are lucky because when you bath in the morning, water will touch it. When you bath at night, water will touch it, and that's what's just saving your edges small. But me, I take it a step further and I make sure that I use a very good leave-in conditioner or a hair mist to moisturize my edges from time to time. Very, very important. And then, of course, there's the edge control. I said before that you should be keeping your edges out of your hair. So when the edges are just there, it can make your hair look kind of rough. So there is always the need for edge control. A lot of people will go and they will buy all this roadside edge control, and a lot of those products don't even have ingredients list. You don't know what is inside, and many of them have very strong and very drying, very harsh chemicals as part of their ingredients list, and you won't know, and you'll just be applying it to your edges. Now you've saved your edges from traction, alopecia, you've saved your edges from tension, but they are not subjecting it to daily suffocation with those edge controls. It's counterproductive at the end of the day. That's why for edge control, I use this one from Shiny Organics. It's called the Laid to Perfection edge control. I love it because I can actually read the ingredients list. Like I can see exactly what is inside. There is castor oil, glycerin, MSM. MSM is a hair strengthening ingredient that is found in like protein treatments or anything that's for strengthening hair. Just those ingredients gives me an idea of what kind of edge control this is. While you are laying and slaying your edges are actually getting some good, they are eating well. That's the kind of products that I like to use on my edges, and as you can see, the results are there. My edges, they are thriving. They've not given me trouble. I was able to do this all back with extensions and nothing happened. Like I laid my edges almost every day with this edge control, and guess what, they're still here. Oh, and there's also the fact that you have to wash your edge control off. Some people you will chook your hair inside edge control and then you will leave the edge control there. You will not wash it off. Then the next morning you put another layer of edge control. The next morning you put another layer. Later you start complaining that your edge control is not good. It's turning white. Why won't it turn white when the edge control of last week is still there? You did not wash it. Please, let's be mindful. Let's be mindful and demure about how we treat our edges, because they are kind of petty. If you treat them anyhow, they will do you anyhow, and they will be going, they'll be disappearing, they'll be cutting. You will not know what's causing it. You will think that herbal mixture miracle edge growing oil is the one that you will rub and your edges will be coming back. That's why it's not growing. No, some people they will buy those oils 5k 10k and you'll be rubbing it and nothing is changing, because you will not leave Ghana weaving alone, because you will not stop rubbing edge control on your hair anyhow, because your edges, they are drying, they are suffocating. You're not giving them what they need to grow and to thrive. So that's why I decided to do this video, to shed more light on these issues, because people don't tend to realize that that's what they are doing to their edges. So hopefully you have learned something new from this video. If you know anybody that is struggling with their edges have refused to grow, but yeah, you will send them this video. Let's help them out. If you want to give this edge control a try, I've left a link to it in the description. You can get it at 15% off if you use my code THA15 at checkout on the Shine Your Organics website. Everything is Shine in the description. Now, I know that I've taught you how to grow and maintain your edges, but some people, it's not only edges that's doing you. You've been trying to grow your hair, oh, your hair refused to grow. You have done everything, it's not growing, and now you feel like maybe it's just your genes that are fighting against you. My dear, let me tell you, it's not your genes. You just don't know what to focus on when it comes to growing long and healthy hair, and I went in depth into that in this video. So if you're trying to grow your hair, make sure you click on this video now. I'll see you there.